Good morning. Welcome. It's Coffee with Me. I'm Susan Buchser-Lochocki, running for President of the United States with the Green Party, and this is my kitchen. Welcome. So I'm going to take a sip from a cup here. It's water. I already had enough coffee today. So it's June 25th, and it's Thankful Thursday. Today I am thankful for my siblings. So I'm dedicating this to all my siblings out there. I have a brother and a sister, Mike and Mary, and I'm the youngest of three. And we had a wonderful childhood together. It was, normal kid stuff. There were lots of games being played, and whenever I was a child before MTV, or it came along during my later childhood time. So there was TV, and there was Saturday morning cartoons, and hanging out and playing board games like Monopoly and Life and Risk and I don't know, other ones like that. And yeah, it was, I think, childhood was definitely easier to survive with siblings. I don't know what it's like to have more than two, because that's all I had, but I think, your brother and sisters, they play a big role. And I know I am truly thankful to have them in my life. Then, as a mother who's had children, I have to tell you a funny story. I don't know where this came from. I assume Jessie was talking to other friends, and they were maybe claiming that their parents had like a favorite sibling, either themselves or the other sibling or somebody else altogether in the family. And I know that even growing up too, we also, it was also discussed in between the three of us, like who was the favorite and who was not, and all of that sort of stuff. Growing up, whatever, I'm the third child, so, we sort of get forgotten. And for me, it was never an issue, but it was discussed amongst us, and me and my siblings too. But I was surprised when Jessie asked me this question once. Now, I don't know if you've already know about the history of my children, but our first child, Kai was his name, he died after one day. He had a severe heart defect and couldn't survive. So that was our first child. And then we had Jessie, who was more or less healthy until about the age of 3, and then she got leukemia. And it was a pretty bad case, and then she was cured, but then it came back. But the question when she asked me this was during the first leukemia treatment. And she turned to me one day and said, "Mommy, who do you like better, me or Kai?" And yeah, as you're thinking, yeah, it's a crazy question, but I thought about it as a mother, why is she asking me this? What could be the reason, and what's the best answer to give? And so at the time I told her that I love you both, but I love you both differently. Kai's not here for me to love anymore, So I have to love him certainly in a different way than I love you, but I love you both. And she liked that answer, and that was all that she needed. And then she could go on with whatever her thoughts were, and yeah. But it was such a question I could have never dreamt up as far as a child asking. So what that also meant for me was that for her, Kai was always present in her life, even though he wasn't here. So he was a brother to her, and that's also beautiful in a way. She's never felt truly alone. So I kind of like that, and I'm glad that I never hid the fact that she had a sibling, a brother. So I'm also glad about that she always knew. So that is the power of having a sibling. Whether they're even here or not, they're still present. So interesting. All right. So I have to say my brother and sister are still here. And although we live miles and miles apart, all of us, it's nice to know that they're there. So a big shout out to Mary and Mike. Hi. And I'm just happy that you're my brother and sister. So thanks for being in my life. Yeah. So I'll be posting some photos of us three together. And then the song of the day is from a TV family that I always felt a part of. And they had a similar lifestyle to our lifestyle, which was a traveling family. And so it's the Partridge Family. And the song I've chosen is something called Summer Days, because it's summertime now. All right, so I wish you a nice day. I hope you are having a good one. Oh, and you know what? Before we go, actually, I want to tell you, Jessie does have a best friend that is very close to her, and she's like a sister. They've spent they started to know each other when I guess Jessie was about 4, and they have been good friends ever since. And so, yeah, even sometimes friends are like siblings too, I should mention. Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave off. I wish you a nice day. Bye.